How are you today, Ed?
I'm good. In Tokyo is the morning, but I heard you are in Toronto in Canada. So what time is now in Canada?
In Toronto, we have 7 in the evening right now. So just it's nice in the evening, and it's sun is starting to set. Looks beautiful.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity to have interview with you. Can you just let us know a little bit more about yourself?
Sure, sure. So my name is Puja Goel, and I'm originally from India, from the Himalayas, and I immigrated to the United States when I was young. So I had the opportunity to travel the world at a young age. So I've been traveling my whole life, seeing other countries, other cultures, and that helped me create the things I've created. But I've been involved in nonprofit work all over the world. So homeless, sex trafficking, orphanages, teaching. I've done so much work in these areas. In the U.S., I ended up becoming an eye doctor out here, so I was fortunate to have an education. And from that, just learning Western science, I've merged it with my being from India, my background, I grew up with yoga, meditation, acupuncture, Ayurvedic medicine. So I've merged that with Western medicine to create a natural or holistic approach to healthcare, especially in the West. And in my own stories, as humans, we have our own hardships. And I grew up with a lot of with sexual abuse throughout my life, and that formulated how I present myself to speaking to women in the world, working with sexual assault advocacy, human trafficking. So that's played a big role in my business as well, in working specifically with women and sexual health. And also, my deepest wound, I lost a baby boy about a year ago, my son, who was taken away from me very quickly. And that to me, he is my light. He is everything that I'm doing right now moving forward is in honor of him. So everything I do is a reflection of my love for him and trying to create a good future that helps me and affects humanity as well.
Thank you very much, Pooja, for sharing your story. And I'm sorry to hear about the tragedy which happened to you. You travel a lot, like you are in Mexico, you are in Bali, you are now in Canada. So can you let us know exactly what kind of business, like do you have workshops, do you are visiting some special communities, how that works in practice in your case?
This travel right now is a very short trip. I was traveling in Asia time. That was helping me create the brand. That was helping me get some perspective on the holistic side of what I want to do. I've actually just started, I'm pretty much in one location right now, which is in the southwest of the US. And I'm targeting the Veterans Administrations, Navajo Nations, the Native American population, as well as juvenile clinics and centers. So that's where I'm targeting. Within the next 6 months to a year, I'm hoping to also do events and workshops that are for women and doing a practice with them as well. And I've done that in the past, and I'm hoping to make that more global. So that I'm going to start doing events while I travel and start creating that along the way.
I see. And during your workshops, like what kind of particular how that looks like, how what is the like transformation from for women who attend your workshop, like before and after, what kind of particular help you provide for them?
Yes, the workshop is mostly it's a class, usually a couple of hours long,
Mhm.
and it does include it's my practice of the holistic care with yoga, breathing, meditation, energy work, but we're really going into very specific parts of the body. So as a physician, I'm really focusing on the sacral area, on areas that there might be traumas, emotional traumas that all women hold, no matter what their experiences are. So we actually just bring those up through a practice, and there's support, but it's also enjoyable, and it could be for any woman. I work with a lot of women who have gone through more trauma, but it's for all women just to feel safe in their bodies, to connect to their sexuality, to feel more I guess empowered is a word, to feel stronger in themselves, to feel more in ownership of their own bodies, that nobody has control of that. So it's really, and then feeling joyful and feeling pleasure and all of that. So we really work on that and connecting to ourselves through these physical practices. So I use very specific poses, very specific breathing techniques. We use certain music frequency as well that just innervates certain parts of the body to release emotions related to protection or lack of safety or abandonment, anything like that.
Okay, that sounds amazing. And for the women who are attending your workshop, like after the workshop, they also have some opportunity to work with you, like maybe online, or how that works. Is just one workshop, and then what is the next step for them? How they can continuously work with you?
Yes, definitely. I would do online sessions, Skype, as well as any type of like Zoom would be fine. So I would do hourly sessions with them.
Mhm.
And I travel quite a bit. So I am, depending on where they are, I could always travel to them, if I'm in a certain country. But yes, there's definitely an opportunity and an open door to continue sessions after an event or a workshop.
Mhm. And how many people do you have in your team? Are you working by yourself, or you have a joint venture with some people, or how that works? Mhm.
So right now, it's me. I just launched, so I'm my marketing team. I'm my web developer. I'm my assistant. I'm my everything. So until further notice, there are people very interested in joining in and having me train them to do what I do, and that way I can just be in the background. But I'm not quite in a position to hire anyone just yet, just because I just launched. So I'm starting to implement these programs in bigger organizations and facilities. And once I get that going, then yes, there will be more people on board.
So, what is your goal like to achieve with this business? Like, let's just say in 5 years from now, how do you see that your business might look like? What is your like biggest reason and dream to launch this business?
It's a big vision. Well, I'm hoping to first, I'm targeting the Veterans Administration throughout the United States. So I was a provider for the VA, so I want to target that population, the Navajo population. So I would like to ideally, in the next couple of years, have a software program developed. Well, there will be an app with tutorials, videos that people can do daily 10-20 minute health sessions that I could teach them. So I want to get that going. That will give me the opportunity to be more global, to work remotely, and to work mostly virtually. So I'll have these programs implemented in some of the bigger organizations, Navajo Nation, hopefully, and veterans. And then, of course, I would want to continue doing speaking on women's sexuality. So that's all within the next few years that I want to really put out there. And my goal, like many people, I believe these days, is to be virtual and to have the opportunity to have a lifestyle to be anywhere I want. And I'm really thinking about bigger picture when I'm ready to I have children again, and to be the kind of mother to stay at home with them and to be involved with them and have this business running on the side. And so it's giving the security and giving me that passion, but I could still be the woman that I want to be for my family.
Absolutely. And what kind of advice you might have for women in our group, like between 20 and 30, and maybe 30 and 40, and 40 and 50 years old? What is the best practice they can do in order to like keep the balance with the body and with their health and with their relationship? What kind of lifestyle do you think it's good to have to stay in that zone?
You have to be your first priority. And as a woman, I have seen, because I have taken care of my parents, I've taken care of children, I've taken care of my patients, I put myself last. We are very nurturing by nature. It's in our DNA to take care of others. So I always, at this point in my life for many years, it's like, okay, me, I come first, and my mental, emotional, physical health has to be first and foremost. I have nothing to offer anybody in this world, not to my own family, to friends, to my children, nothing. So taking that time each day in the morning and the evening to do some exercise, whether it's yoga, whether it's to sit in silence, go for a walk in nature, eat healthy, listen to your body, have body awareness. We know how to nurture our children, we know how to nurture our spouses and our parents, but we don't nurture ourselves, in a very loving and unconditional way. So it's loving our bodies, loving our hearts, and taking the time to really do that for ourselves, and everything else will be a reflection of that. So I say be selfish in that way, to really be your first priority, to nurture yourself as a woman especially.
Thank you very much for sharing. I hope all the members of our members group will listen your advice. And at this stage, like, what kind of people you want to attract? With what kind of particular skills? Are there engineers, software engineers? Are there people who are very well connected? Like, who will be the first people you want to join in your team at this point?
Starting out, before I do any software development, that'll be a whole different team. It will be mostly people in healthcare. So some people who have backgrounds in medicine, Eastern healthcare as well as Western healthcare, and they have their own skill sets. So I've touched a lot on Ayurvedic medicine, acupuncture, but maybe people who have a full, years and years of study on that and just that. So just getting people who are very skilled in some kind of Western or Eastern science, and who are very very much in belief that that is the way to work with the body and to heal the body, is that we can merge the concepts we have in the West, but definitely with these ancient practices that have been around for thousands of years. So I want people who believe in that kind of science and who have skills in that science to come on board.
So do you have any like website or some platform where actually people can reach you out to you and maybe ask you some additional question if some of our groups would like to join you as a maybe as a client or maybe as a partner?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have a website with, it's called apsarabalancedhealth.com, and in the email is puja at apsarabalancedhealth.com. So it's very easy. We can post the name,
Yeah. Mhm.
but yeah, they can reach me through that. And on my website, there's a contact form as well, which links to my email. So
Okay,
they
excellent. Cool. And at the moment, how do you actually reach out to the new clients, to the partners? How do you use your personal brand in order to attract right people in your life, in your business? Do you have any strategy behind, or is just naturally, organically, you are growing your business?
Both. It's happening organically, but yes, I do have um, a target, and a type of people I go to. So before doing it online, virtual, I really am mostly doing it where I live, in my community, with people I know. I'm very comfortable just meeting people face to face. So I just, set meetings up, go walk in, introduce myself, tell them who I am, reach out, send emails. It takes a lot of work, but you have to show your face, and people need to feel your energy. Then they believe in you because they feel how you're presenting yourself. So I just find the kind of niche that I want to get into, and I find the people who are in charge in that kind of area, let's say the Veterans Administration. I go reach out to them, talk to them, tell them who I am, and ask them for 10, 20 minutes of their time, and I have a presentation ready that I've worked on to present the business itself, and then we start with the program and see if we can get it going in their facility.
And what part of your business, because now you are doing everything, like what part you enjoying the most? What is your favorite part in
You
your?
meaning like web developers? I don't.
Maybe you want
I
to
think
outsource that part in the future. I don't know, but like, what is your like now? What makes you feel happy every morning when you wake up? Something you really want to achieve on that day. What is like your passion in your business at the moment? What you enjoy?
To me, it's a human connection. I think it's human connection. I don't know what's going to be next. I don't know if something's going to work or if it's not going to work. But if something doesn't work with one person, they lead me to the next one, and so I don't know what's going to happen. But it's connecting, and again, everything I do is coming from a deeper place in me. So when I connect, I'm just enjoying meeting people, and that's the biggest thing I think is I have to, it's pushing me to be out there all the time. It's pushing me to engage and interact and really shine your light. So, you have to show who you are in the world, and people respond very positively to that. And that's always fun. So I'm enjoying that actually the most, is actually just being out there.
I think you want to spend much of your time to actually helping people with your specific methodology. And for the end of this interview, I would like to ask you if you can share with us, like, who are you when you are not in your business? Like, what kind of hobby, what kind of lifestyle you prefer, or is that everything is connected? So can you just let us a little bit more about what you're doing in your free time? Do you like travel? What is your lifestyle you prefer?
Yes, yeah, kind of my personal brand is kind of my lifestyle because it's just what I do every day, the way I exercise and travel and eat and everything. So, yeah, I love traveling internationally. I've been traveling my whole life, globally. I do a lot of nonprofit work. I'm an eye doctor as well, so I see patients in different countries for medical mission trips. But my hobbies, I dance. I do salsa dancing, belly dancing. I love being outdoors, hiking, swimming, so a lot of physical activities. Cooking, I love to cook. I take cooking classes every place I travel to, and so I love to do that, and of course yoga every day. So it's definitely that's my lifestyle. It's pretty much everything I'm doing, and then modeling too. As a woman, I think modeling I got into mostly because it's self-expression, and I believe every woman should do that because you get to see yourself as a form of art. So I love doing photographs and being in really beautiful places. So yeah, those are pretty much my personal hobbies, spending time with my family, my best friends. Having that connections with people in my life is very important too.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time. And I really enjoy in this interview and looking forward to see how your business grow, and be free to reach out with your questions, with your comments, connect with other members and see how we can support each other to grow together.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you. I'm honored to have talked to you and spoken to you today. Thank you so much.